All right, so last night on the Splinterlands AMA, Jarvis was asking some questions about the dark energy crystal price now that it is based on the Uniswap pair. And he was making the point that, we should understand this if it's going to be such a bedrock element of the game. And, he's right. So this video is about how the price is calculated. So, if you're watching this, you probably already know that a Uniswap pair was created between Ethereum and dark energy crystals. That was, I don't know, a week ago at this point. And since then, the price feed of dark energy crystals that you see in Peak Monsters or Monster Market or whatever to calculate how much each dark energy crystal is worth is now based on this market rather than the Hive Engine market. So why is that the case? Well, basically, it comes down to this number right here, total liquidity. So what this number means is that the total amount of tokens in this pool has a US dollar value of 184,281. And that is way more than what was trading on Hive Engine. So the deeper the pool, the more liquidity there is in the pool, then the less sensitive it is to price fluctuations. And that's a good thing when we're looking for a benchmark rate. So I think the choice to make Uniswap the base of the price is good. I think it's a positive change. So how does the price change is the next question. So there's a I have a spreadsheet for that, as Rondon likes to say. So basically, it depends. The mechanics of the trades are fairly simple, actually. So you have the way Uniswap is set up is whatever is in the pool is defined as equal. So 106,238,542 dark energy crystals is equal to, by definition, 254.46958 Ethereum. Technically, these are wrapped Ethereum, but it doesn't matter for the time being. So, so those values are equal, and within Uniswap itself, that is all that matters. It doesn't matter what the external US dollar value of dark energy crystals is. It doesn't matter what the external US dollar value of Ethereum is. That only comes into play when you want to actually figure out what a US dollar price is. But within the pool, these two things are equal. So when you do a swap, which is this guy, you are putting in on one side and taking out on the other. And the way they calculate that is as an inverse relationship. So basically, product one, product of the values before, which they call the invariant, is equal to the product after. So the way that works out in practice is if you're swapping Ethereum in to get dark energy crystals out, that means you are adding to the Ethereum pool and decreasing the dark energy crystal pool. And so the relative price is going to increase for dark energy crystals and decrease for Ethereum because the product needs to remain the same. So here we have these values, and the invariant is whatever this number is, like 270 billion or something. So if I put 10 in, then the pool goes from 254 to 264. There's a slight decrease because of fees that are paid to the liquidity providers, and that kind of screws up the exact calculations, but it comes out really close. So then it's just the future state of the pool is just this times this divided by this, and so the difference comes out as 4 million. In this case, if you swapped in 10 Ethereum, you come out with 4 million. And like I said, this is a little bit off because of the fees calculation, but it's close enough. We can see that over here. So 4 million and change, and down in the so it's off by like 1.5% here in this calculation, but it's but pretty close. So and if you go the other way, if you go from dark energy crystals to Ethereum, you're adding to the dark energy crystal pool, making that side grow, and decreasing the Ethereum pool, making that side shrink, which means the relative price of Ethereum goes up and the relative price of dark energy crystals goes down. So here, so let's just make this the same 4 million. Oops, 0. So, you know, if you are throwing 10 Ethereum in, you get 4 million out. If you throw 4 million in, you get 9.2 out because of that shift that's happening. And you know, when we calculate a US dollar value coming, you know, as a reference price, then what we're doing is we're taking this pool and we're saying, okay, we know that these two things are equal, and we also know from external feeds that, you know, the price of Ethereum is $372 right now. So now we can calculate a price of dark energy crystals because, you know, this times this equals the US dollar value of that. So then we divide by this and come up with that. So you can see if you're swapping dark energy crystals in, that means you're selling dark energy crystals into the market. Anytime you sell, the price is going to decrease. So we go from 0.00089 down to 0.00082. You know, if we're going into Ethereum, or if we're swapping in Ethereum, that means we are selling Ethereum and buying dark energy crystals. So the price of the dark energy crystals is going to rise. So here we go from 0.00089 up to 0.00096. So that's basically how the pool works. It's fairly simple. It's just you know, product 1 equals product 2, and then, you know, calculating the differences. So and you know, the fees make it a little wonky, but that's the basic idea. So as far as how that compares to Hive Engine, well, let's go to Hive Engine and see. All right, so is Hive Engine going to cooperate? All right, let's do it in Firefox. Well, let's do it in LeoDex here. All right, so this is LeoDex, which is great because it has actually a market order, which is effectively what you're doing. So, okay, if I wanted to buy dark energy crystals, if I wanted to buy, you know, 10 times, you know, it's $3,722, right? So first we'd have to look at whatever the price of Hive is. Let's see, coin, market cap. Hive. I know some people like CoinGecko instead of CoinMarketCap, but you know, pretty close. Let's try this again. Man, nothing's working right now. Search. All right. Let's try CoinGecko. Actually, let's just go to PeakD because they have a feed there. PeakD.com. It's in the wallet. It was just popping up as. All right, 0.147. All right, so now we need to know how much Hive that would be. So if we do 10 times 332.23 divided by, what was it, 0.147. So we need to put in 25,321 Hive. I'm not even sure we could do that, but well, let's take a look. So if we do a market order of 225,321, so that'll get us up to 1 million dark energy crystals. So for the same price, you get 4 million in Uniswap because the depth of the market is so lacking compared to the depth of the market in Uniswap that, you know, it shifts the price a lot more. So, you know, at 1 million, we would be over into this order right here. So we'd be moving the price from, you know, from 539 up to 635. So it would shift the price by whatever that is, 20%. As opposed to here, we would shift the price by, you know, by about 8%. So that's the advantage of having a deeper liquidity pool. Now, Jarvie also mentioned that Uniswap, in his terminology, was not an open market. And what he meant by that was that, you know, in Hive Engine, you know, anybody can place any order that they want. So you say, I'm I have these dark energy crystals. I'm willing to sell them for X number of hive. And that number can be anything. It can be below market, it can be at market, it can be above market. Now, Uniswap is a different mechanism, and that's true. It's just it's a pool where both sides are equal. So it's a different approach. And basically, you cannot create limit orders out there, at least natively on the exchange. But it is open in the sense that anybody with an Ethereum address can log into Uniswap and do that. So it depends on how you look at that. I am actually liking the Uniswap approach quite a lot as far as resistance to manipulations. So just like we saw, we could, if I threw 10 Ethereum at this and I move the price 8%, then I can wait for the price feed to update. I could do it at a slow time of day or something. So that's an exploit that you could do. But again, you could do the same thing in Hive Engine, and the price swings would be larger. So that's okay. Because the market will respond, and people will burn cards and then sell them into that higher price and correct back downwards. But having the pool approach is just advantageous in the sense that it's much more resistant to change, and I think that it's really interesting for all kinds of trades. So imagine you had a pool of dollars and a pool of stock shares, then you could do the same thing. And rather than having bids and asks all throughout the order book, you just say, here's the pool. You can sell into it and buy into it and shift the relative prices around. So it's a really interesting approach for asset valuations. And provided that there's enough relative liquidity, then I'm a fan. So anyway, I hope this helped explain how the Uniswap pricing works. And what I don't know is that, in the past, in the Hive Engine price, there was a moving average of price that ends up in the price feed. I don't know exactly how that has shifted or not now that the base of the price feed is the Uniswap pool. So there might still be a moving average to kind of slow changes to kind of counteract this kind of exploit, but I'm not sure what the exact math on that is at this point in time. So hope that helps. I'll talk to you later.